Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This one is on how you can play AQ3D with a controller. Now first of all, I am going to point out that this is only for people who are on the Steam version of AQ3D. First, you got to connect your controller. Once this is connected, you can click on this little thing right here on your Steam. It's going to be opening up the big picture, or you can also do this down in here. You can just right click on that and you can go down to big picture. Once this is loaded, you're going to be going to settings and you're going to be going to controller settings. You're going to want to find out what you have and then select it. Now for me, I have the PS4 controller selected because that is the one I have. So whichever one you have, you can go to the support, the proper support of whichever one it is you have. So for me, it is the PlayStation. So once you finish that, go to a library. And you're going to be going to the AQ3D game. And in Manage Game, you're going to be going to the top option right here, Controller Configuration. Now, I already have one set up. And in fact, you could probably get this just by going to Browse Configs. Right down at the very bottom, right down here. You can just click on that. And then you can go to Community. And it's very likely you're going to be finding mine right up on the top because it is one of the more commonly used ones. But there are other ones here that you can choose as well, depending on which one you want to play with. Now at this point, if you end up using mine, you don't even need to set up any of this because it's already going to be set up for you. So then all you'd have to do is go to Done and you're ready to play with your controller. But if you want to know how I did it, then I can run through it really quickly. So first of all, because the touchpad is a touchpad, unlike some other controllers, I put this one for my mouse. And you can simply target what it is that you want to have and then put your style of input and choose whatever it is. Now for me, obviously, I put it as the mouse because it was a mouse. If I click it, it's going to be the left mouse. I turned the sensitivity down. Rotation is about the same. This I turned off because it's just too crazy with it on, and everything else I left pretty much on default. For the trigger buttons and the shoulder buttons, I made those the abilities. So all your abilities and your attack are up in top. If you want to use your ultimate, I put it on the square, and then I put the cross skill on the triangle. This is because where your fingers are positioned, these are all easy to get to and very fast. If you want to jump, in most games, jumping is the X button, so that is what it is in this. Last was the target swap, which I put for the O button. Now again, all of these things can be changed. All you have to do is target what it is you want to change and input what it is you want to call it, along with what it is you want to set up, whether it's your attack, whether it's a half trigger, hair trigger, what style of trigger you want. You can adjust everything in here. It gets very detailed, and the same applies for any of these as well. You set your style of input. I put mine for button pad because that's what it is, and then you just set these up based on what they are. So you can give it a name and then you target with which key binding it is. Since the cross skill is R, that's what I have set for this one here. R is for the cross skill, and then I named it cross skill. For the movement, I'm using this one right here, and I actually chose the directional pad, where you do have an option to use the joystick, but it does not work anywhere near as good as the directional pad does. And of course, you then configure it with the W, Q, E, and S. For the travel form, that's if you click down on the R3 or the right stick, left stick, sorry, on the L3 or left stick, then you're going to be using your travel form. That's because you're moving with this joystick. I just felt it was logical to put the travel form right there. Setting up this was a bit trickier because I had to put it on directional pad as well, and I also put it on 4-way, no overlap. For the analog buttons, I also set these up so that you've got your inventory on the top, your mana to the left, your HP to the right, so you have both of your potions right there ready to go. Now this is based on where they are positioned in your toolbar. So the Z button is the HP, that would be in my second slot, or in my first slot actually. If you want to bring up the main menu, that's the options button, which I thought was logical, and the travel menu is the share button. Now I will point out I do use my mouse often when it comes to navigating the menus and inventory, stuff like that, but I use the controller for when I'm actually playing the game. When I'm fighting or anything like that, that's all done with the controller. When I'm doing things like fishing or sorting my inventory, this is all done with the mouse. When you're all done that setup, you can just click right up here and then exit the big picture. So there we go. I hope this helps you guys out there. For the set of the day, I'm going with this one right here. It was bright and colorful. Of course, I love red, so that really drew the attention to this one. So it made it into the set of the day. And that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.